What's the haps, folks? This is Professor App here with some ranked matches on Splatoon 2. And for those of you who may have missed any of my previous ranked matches videos, I encourage you to check out the playlist. I'll have a link for it in the description down below. It's a good way to catch up on all the episodes that you might have missed and to keep up with the new episodes that come out. But anyway, for this episode we're going to be using the Splat Roller, as you can see from my squid inkling there. Is using the Splat Roller. Honestly, I never really got into rollers on the first game. I just didn't think they were that my sort of cup of tea because, I tend to fight normally like long range in games like these. But I tried out the Splat Roll on this game, and I thought I really do like this set, this weapon actually. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's because of the fact that on this game you can now like have that vertical swing where you jump and then swing to get more range, or whether it's just because I have the I think it's the curling bomb as well. I think the curling bomb really improves this weapon and makes it a lot more attractive for me to use. And so as you can see, we're going to do a bit of a Rainmaker here in Muscle Forge Fitness for our first match. Okay, so to start off, I'll immediately launch the curling bomb there. It's a good way to try and get a bit of mobility, so you can, just get in and try to get a good position to try and keep an eye out for opponents. And I don't know if you saw there, try to throw a curling bomb over there and try and get the, just try and keep them away from the Rainmaker, as it were. And like I said, there's that vertical swing, which is quite useful. I end up getting the Rainmaker here, and as you can see, I just take it in the direction where they're not there, the opponents aren't, and I just end up taking it all the way up to I think about 30, something like that, or even past 30, get all the way to 13, and it took them that long to stop me. So that was a really good break, and that turns out to be quite crucial actually. I noticed that there's a lot of green on this side, so I'm guessing that someone must be around there, or either they were, or they've been splatted or something like that. So at this moment I'm just trying to keep an eye on and see where they're going. And I don't know if you noticed, I launched my curling bomb there to try and it was just to try and block them off. As you can see, it went across the green part of the ink, and basically stopped them from getting the Rainmaker from advancing. I saw that person there, so I used my splashdown to try just as like a panic button, as it were, just sort of a reflex action when I see someone, I just activate my splashdown. But unfortunately, it does allow us to take out the person with the Rainmaker. So I end up trying to get it out and get it away from the from our base as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, I get splatted in the process, so that's just mildly annoying. But we've got quite a comfortable lead. All I need to do now is just defend and make sure they can't get past the point where they've already got it. Because I'm so far ahead, you can really just afford to play defensively at this rate. I spotted that Splat Roller person there, who's sort of forced me out in my hiding place. But I managed to take out the person with the Rainmaker again, and take out someone else, or I thought I took them out, but it seems it might have been the person with the inkjet who took them out. But I ended up getting that's a Splat Roller person, which was quite nice. At this moment, like I said, I'm just launching some curling bombs to try and keep them away from the Rainmaker, and I take them out. I don't know if you saw that push me away. I don't know if it was because I maybe just landed on them or something and I got pushed back. I don't know what it was. And so because no one actually got the Rainmaker at that point, it's reset to back in the middle, which happens whenever the Rainmaker shield blows up, and no one actually gets it, which is quite nice because it gets it further away from our base. So as usual, I'm just trying to get the Rainmaker away. Just away towards their base. Unfortunately, I get splattered there, but it's not, like I say, it's not too bad. We're in quite a good position here. But anyway, so I just launched my curling bomb there just to try and get some special ups, just to try and get my splashdown ready for when I need it. I mean, there's still a long way to go, but I thought it might be every little helps, as you know. So as you can see, I'm just holding back a bit because I don't need to go in and attack, like I say, because I'm so far ahead, and I didn't actually mean to move into that ink rail. I got a bit stuck there, so that was slightly annoying. But oh well. And then I saw that person climbing up the wall. I thought I might try and sneak up on them, but it didn't quite work out, unfortunately. I mean, nothing happened overall. I managed to use my splashdown to try and get them away from me, and I tried to go around here to try and sneak up behind them while they were shooting, but unfortunately get splattered by those splat dualies. Like I say, it doesn't really matter overall. To this point, like I say, I'm just holding back to try and stop them from getting any further. because they basically need to get all the way up to where I am now in order to try and overtake us. And given that there's now only 2 of them alive at the moment, I think that we're in a good position. So, like I say, I'm just trying to get the Rainmaker out of here. And also, I didn't think it would be a good idea to like take it and then retreat, because obviously when you retreat, I think it actually counts down quicker. So when when you take it back, it means that it actually counts down quicker to try and stop people from retreating and holding it back. So I think when you want to do that, it's probably a good idea to wait until it's like the last 30 seconds or something. But it was well over a minute left before I could do that. So I thought it best to keep it away. And for some reason we decided it's a good opportunity to attack, so I decided to just help them. I mean, I personally don't think we needed to attack, but since they're going for it anyway, I thought I'd best help them out. As you always do, you should always defend the person with the Rainmaker, even if they are attacking. At this point, I'm just keeping the Rainmaker at bay, trying to try and stop them from getting it, as it were. I'm not trying to get any further. I'm just trying to make sure they can't get it. And as I saw that person there, I tried to fire at my feet to try and to turn them away and try and scare them away from getting me. But unfortunately, they attack me as I try to make a break for it, and then I get splashed. And it turns out they actually get the Rainmaker here. But like I say, basically all I need to do here is just wait and see what they do. And luckily, my teammates are able to take them out, and that's going to be the game. So pretty successful first match. Like I say, that break at the beginning where I just took it all the way up to near their base was turned out to be crucial, because that gave us a really good lead at the start, meaning we could afford to play really defensively throughout the rest of the match. And I saw 23 kills from that blaster. That is a really high score for a weapon like the blaster in this game. So that's going to be the first match on this video, and now we're going to go on to the second match, and I will be right back. Okay, for the second match, we're back in Muscle Forge Fitness. This is going to be a bit of a recurring theme in this video. And like I say, I've got a fairly decent mix of weapons on here, though we've got 4 rollers overall. And so, as usual, I just launch a curling bomb off to try and get a good position. And I don't know if you noticed, but I'm actually running some sub power up. And what sub power up does is that it increases the power of your sub weapon, as the name implies. When you're using it with the curling bomb, it actually makes them go faster, which I think is quite cool, especially with a weapon like this where you need the extra mobility to help with your movement. So I end up I don't know if it was me or the other dynamo roll. I noticed that person with the splashdown on the right there. I actually panicked a little bit there. I just thought I need to get away from this as quickly as possible. And unfortunately, they don't end up taking me out, which is quite nice. So I just thought here I need to try and clear the path for the Rainmaker here. I ended up taking out that Splattershot Pro person who was bothering the person with the Rainmaker, but they still get splattered, unfortunately. And I saw that curling bomb there, and I thought that's like another panic button there, where I thought I just need to use a splashdown just to try and scare them away. It's just a reflex, as it were. I don't really know if it's actually a good thing or not. And I was sort of hiding there to try and see what I could do to try and get the Rainmaker out. But unfortunately, that Tri-Slosher actually spotted me, or I don't know if they spotted me or not, or if they just hit me by luck or something. So we end up taking the lead here, thankfully, and so I just need to try and get up to help my teammates as quickly as possible, which is why the curling bomb is actually really useful, because it allows you to cover a lot of ground a lot quicker than you normally would when using your roller. So we've now got a good position here, I think. So I take one of them out, but the Tri-Slosher person ends up taking me out in the end, and we end up going even further. I don't know how that happened. I don't know what the enemy were doing. I don't know why they were allowed them to let it get past. But oh well, all the more for me, I suppose. Like I say, I was waiting here to try and see what they were going to do, but I don't know if they actually saw me or not, or if they saw the person behind me. But they actually used the Rainmaker and shot directly at me. I don't know whether, like I said, I don't know if that was just luck or something, if they actually knew I was there, but oh well, it's unfortunate. Now I've got a good opportunity here, because I don't know if you noticed, but everyone on their team is actually splatted. This is a good opportunity for us to try and get a lot of ground back up, and to stop them from getting the Rainmaker, making sure they can't score any further, as it were. So, I was just planning on waiting there to see what the enemy would do, but the person on my team ended up getting the Rainmaker, so I thought I need to help them out here. I spot the ink rail here, and I thought this would be a good opportunity for us to sneak around and try and get them away. I don't know if you noticed there, but I don't know why that person didn't die immediately when I hit them with my splashdown. There's probably lag or something like that. But it was just so weird how I launched a splashdown and like a second later they got splattered by me. It's just a problem with lag on this game, I suppose. So anyway, like I say, I think all I need to do here is just like defend, as it were. I just don't see any need to attack at the moment. But I saw that ink brush person, and I thought I'll wait on the wall here to see if I can surprise attack them. But they end up running away, so that doesn't really matter anyway. So just to try and scare them away. And then I tried to launch my curling bomb there to try and stop them from the person with the Rainmaker from going ahead. But they actually fired directly at me again. Like I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if that was because they actually knew I was there or not. But it was a bit unfortunate. So anyway, so all I need to do here is just defend. And I spotted that person with the ink brush there. And I probably would have actually splattered them there if they didn't have the splashdown, which is a bit annoying. But anyway, this is just going to be an opportunity for me to take the person with the Rainmaker out. And once again, everyone on their team's been splattered. This has happened quite a lot in this match, and I don't know why. Maybe they're just not doing as well or something like that. So I just thought this is probably a good chance to get a bit more ground on for the Rainmaker. And like I said, I sort of just reacted there with when that Tri-Slosher person attacked me, and I was just trying, like I use my splashdown again, like I normally do. And then I don't know if you saw, but everyone on their team died again. So I went on ahead to try and like clear like a path for them to get the Rainmaker up to the pedestal. But for some reason they decided to try and go up here. I don't know why they did that. I mean, I formed a perfect path for them. I don't know why they insist on going up there. Look, the path for the Rainmaker is very clear, and there's no need for them to go up there. It's just I suppose they just thought it would be safer there for some reason. Don't know why, but oh well, that's just me. So, like I say, I spot the Rainmaker going this way, and I just try to make sure they can't get past here. Sorry. And this is going to be a good opportunity for us to get the Rainmaker out of there. Unfortunately, I end up getting splattered, which is a bit annoying, because what I was going to do there is get the Rainmaker, and because I was holding it, that would have meant that the counter would have stopped. The clock would have stopped, and that would have been the end of the match. But unfortunately, I get splattered instead, so it went into overtime. Okay, so as usual, I'm just waiting here to see what they do and trying to make sure they can't get past any further. And I was actually quite concerned here because no one was actually going to try and stop the Rainmaker, so I decided to just go straight in myself. It was probably a very reckless play, and I don't know if it was if one thing had gone wrong, it probably would have been very catastrophic. But I thought it probably best to make that play anyway, otherwise I might not have won. So I was quite pleased with myself. I actually ended up surviving that, which is quite nice. I ended up with 11 kills and another 22 kills from that splatter shot. There's a lot of high kill to death ratios in this video, aren't there? Okay, so we're going to move on to the next video now, and I will be right back. For this next one, we're back in Muscle Forge Fitness. And don't worry, this is going to be the last video. This is going to be the last match on Muscle Forge Fitness for this video, thankfully. It's going to be a different one next time. So, as usual, I launch my curling bomb here just to get a good position, to keep an eye out for the opponents, to see what they do and things like that. So, and we end up getting splatting the Rainmaker's shield there, and so I tried to help my pit teammates out to try and get them away, and I honestly had no idea that person with the roll was there, and so I ended up splatting them, and that's actually going to be the entire game. I wasn't sure whether I should include this one or not because of how quickly it went, but I just thought because of that moment where I just splattered that person who was hiding behind that cover, I just thought that for that alone it would be a good idea to include this. I just felt really good about myself there. But that's just a little thing, and now I'm going to go on to the proper next video. And if you also notice, I ranked up in that one, so I thought that was a good idea to include that one just to show me ranking up. But we're going to go on to the final match in this video now, and I'll be right back. Okay, and as promised, we're in a different map this time. We're on Manta Maria, which honestly isn't one of my favourites, if I'm being honest with you, but oh well, at least it's different from Muscle Forge Fitness. Even I'll admit it gets a bit repetitive sometimes when you're playing the same map over and over again. Sometimes it takes it's just nice to do something different, even if it's a map you don't normally like. So as usual, as you can see, I launched my curling bomb there, and I went around the back way just to see, because everyone else was going that way. I wanted to see what I could do and see how I could, help my teammates out in another way and keep the people on their team away from the Rainmaker. Unfortunately, I get splattered, but luckily the person who's completely on his own. He ends up taking the Rainmaker all the way to 35 by himself, so that was pretty good on him. I wasn't sure if I'd have been able to do that in that situation, but as usual, like I say with this weapon, I'm just going to wait here and see which way they go. Because if this is a good position here, because it allows you to see, like, if they go left, you can then follow them left, and if they come over to the right, you can follow them to the right. Unfortunately, I get targeted by those tender missiles, so I'm actually forced out of my situation there. Out there, because that's obviously if I'd stayed in that position I would have been splattered by the missiles. And I tried to hit that person with a Splat Roller with my own roller while they were using the splashdown, but unfortunately I don't think I quite make it, so that's a bit mildly annoying. And then I don't know if you saw, I don't know how, but that person with the Rainmaker took it all the way to 7. I have no idea how they did that, and I have no idea what the enemy's doing, how they let them do that. But as I say, I was being a bit quite reckless here. Actually, I was just trying to stop them from stop them from getting the Rainmaker and trying to get a bit further from the team. But I don't think I really needed to. And I think they end up jumping off there to try and reset the Rainmaker's position. Because that's what happens when you take the Rainmaker out of bounds. It also goes back to the original position where it started on the match. I don't know how I missed the Rainmaker there. I could have sworn I actually picked it up, but anyway, I suppose I don't know if I missed it or something, or whether it was just lag. And I tried to splat that person with the roller, as it were, but they end up jumping away, so that's a bit annoying. And once again, I end up having to be forced out of my position by the tender missiles, and this time I actually end up getting splattered. But luckily, my curling bomb, I don't know if you noticed, I actually launched my curling bomb and it splattered someone who was trying to get the Rainmaker. And once again, you can see they actually jumped out of bounds there and reset the Rainmaker, which is a smart move on their part, if you ask me. It's just a good way to keep it away from their base. I don't see what else you can do in that regard. So what I'm doing here is I'm just waiting to see if any opponents come behind. I don't know whether it was a smart move or not, but I was just trying to keep an eye out to see if it was a good opportunity to get the Rainmaker out. And I don't know whether I should have run away there or not, or if I should have stayed in that position, but I ended up getting splattered because I was all the way over by their base, and I was just trying to run rings around them, as it were, if you know what I mean. So at this moment, I'm just trying to keep an eye on the Rainmaker to make sure it doesn't get past. And that Stingray is actually quite annoying because it means I couldn't actually go up there and try and break the Rainmaker's shield. So that was a bit annoying. I don't know about you, but I actually feel like Stingrays have become a lot more annoying after they updated them to make them make them a bit more spread a bit more when you use them. And I don't know if you saw that person with the Splat Roller and I tried to have a flinging match, as it were, and unfortunately I lost that, so I ended up getting splattered. Now here's a good part here where I tried to launch my curling bomb there to try and keep them away from the Rainmaker. I splat them again with my curling bomb, so now this is a good opportunity for me to get the Rainmaker over to their base. Unfortunately, I don't quite manage to make it, but I do take it all the way to 3 points, which is quite nice. So I think that's my part at carrying the Rainmaker to their base is done. And I don't know if you notice, look at those weird patterns on the walls from those Stingrays when they fire them through the walls and they leave that trail of ink, which I think is quite funny. So, as usual, what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to keep an eye on them and see what they do, and I end up taking that Splat Roller out, so it's a nice bit of revenge for them splatting me in that flinging match between us. And like I say, I'm just waiting here to try and keep an eye on them. It's actually quite dangerous here because the Rainmaker, they could have shot the Rainmaker over towards me and taken me out, but luckily they don't realise I'm here, so that's a good opportunity for me to just stay here and to keep an eye on them. So this is a good opportunity for me to just stay here for a bit. I end up taking that person with a splashdown out, taking out the splashdown, and So what I'm doing here is I go around here to try and keep an eye on them to see which way they go. And I don't know if this person with the octo brush here spotted me or not, but he ends up splatting me, which is very annoying. I feel like he must have known I was there, but I don't know how he could have known I was there, unless of course he saw me or something. And I don't know why the person on their team with the Rainmaker is not actually going any further, because they really do have to attack, you know, to try and keep getting out of there, so just to, you know, just to help them score, as it were. I honestly don't know why they're not going any further. It's not like there's like like all three of my teammates are around at once and keeping an eye, you know, keeping them at bay. I just don't know what they're doing. But I'm just waiting here in case my teammates don't manage to stop them, and fortunately they do. So that's quite nice, and that's going to be the final match in this video. So hope you're all enjoying this. I really am enjoying going back onto Splatoon 2 and making content for you all. I really do want to carry on with this eventually, and hopefully go back to making more more in depth like Splatoon 2 content, like some more weapon guys perhaps. But I'm planning on doing that later down the line when I have more time and more resources to do that. So at the moment, I'm just you're gonna have to contend with some ranked matches. But I really hope you do like it, and if you do like this video, then please give it a like. And if you're not already, subscribe. It really does help me out to get my channel known. And if you want to see more Splatoon 2 content, and if you have suggestions of your own of what I should play with on the Splatoon 2, if you have any suggestions of what weapons I should use, then by all means, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Until next time, folks, bye.